The last option we had was to distance ourselves from our son. Couldn't be an enabler anymore. We had to distance ourselves. And believe me, that is hard. When you're finally done, you let him know you love him. You pray every day, but you can't do anymore. And when you know your child is out in the street in the dead of winter and your child is hungry, it's very hard for a parent to sleep and eat when you know what they're going through, but it was his choice. We struggled with a heroin addiction with our son for 20 years now. When it first started, it was like, it wasn't real. This isn't real. This can't be happening to us. It doesn't happen. None of our friends were going through this. We felt we did everything right in raising our children. We did sports, we did vacations, we did church, but it did happen. And at first we didn't handle it very well because we isolated ourselves from everyone. Friends would call and say, you want to go to dinner or you want to come play games. We would always have an excuse because we didn't want a question to come up with, how are the boys doing? Where's your son working? Or what about grandchildren? We didn't want to face anything. But a friend of mine a few years ago called and said, can I come over? I really need to talk with you. And I said, sure. So she came over and she started talking out about she had a child going into addiction. And she talked and she talked and I listened. And when she got ready to leave, she said, I know you've been through this or going through this. She said, you don't say much, but I know you've been going through a lot. She said, thank you so much. And I said, I didn't do anything. She said, yes, you did. You sat and you listened. And I thought, there's probably other people out there that are going through addictions, whether it's drugs, alcohol, sex addiction, pornography, gambling. They need somebody to talk to that has actually been there and will understand them. So when we decided to get this church and call it Restoration Park Church to restore lives, Terry and I approached Chad and said, how about having a group, call it Restoring Hope, and it's to give hope to those families who are dealing with addiction. I know there's a lot of you out there that are afraid to take the next step or are worried about taking the next step. You're still probably in denial. This isn't happening to me. This can't be my life. And believe me, it's a hard life to be a family of an addicted person. But if you would feel more comfortable to just come and talk to me privately, my arms are open to anyone. If I can share more of my story, and believe me, there's a lot I have to share, I would gladly. I can sit and listen. I'm a really good listener. So if the meeting is kind of intimidating right now, come to me personally. I'd love to listen to you or talk with you.